Well, the South China Sea is one of the busiest international waterway in the world. About almost half of the total trade in goods of the world pass through the South China Sea, uh, and about $1 trillion in inbound and outbound goods from the U.S. to the U.S. Pass through the South China Sea. Also, $1 trillion of inbound and outbound goods pass through the South China Sea from EU, Europe, and the United Kingdom. So it's a very important waterway for world trade. And the problem is China claims 85% of the South China Sea in violation of UNCLOS. UNCLOS says a state can only claim as its territorial sea 12 nautical miles. Beyond that, the state can also claim an exclusive economic zone of 200 nautical miles from its baseline and another 150 nautical miles extended continental shelf. But the territorial sea is only 12 nautical miles. And beyond the 12 nautical miles, there's freedom of navigation and overflight all the way to the next opposite territorial sea. And if China claims the South China as its national territory, then you can just imagine that all these ships that pass through carrying goods would be subjected to all sorts of regulations by the state that has sovereignty over that waterway, because China claims sovereignty when international law says that you can only claim up to 12 nautical miles. So it will hamper trade, and who knows, in the future China will say, oh, you have to pay to pass through. And also, more importantly, if it's because 25% of the South China Sea are high seas, and the high seas belong to mankind. All countries, coastal and landlocked, can fish in the high seas of the South China Sea. But China said, saying no, all of that is ours. It belongs to China. And the other coastal states have their own exclusive economic zone that are eaten up by China's 10-dash line. China is claiming, for example, the Philippines, 80% of our exclusive economic zone is being claimed by China under China's 10-dash line. So we will lose a huge area because our exclusive economic zone in the South China Sea, in terms of area, is as large as our total land area. So you can just imagine, and in this huge maritime space being claimed by China, we will lose all the fish, oil, and gas that belongs to us exclusively. So that's why, and it's not only the Philippines that's being prejudiced by the 9-dash line, it's also Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia. So all these 5 states are being prejudiced by China's 9, now 10-dash line. It's still growing over time. So it's not only the other countries that will be prejudiced because their freedom of navigation and overflight will be curtailed. It's also especially the coastal states around the South China Sea, because they will lose their oil, gas, and fish. So that creates this tension in the South China Sea right now.